kitchen where the magic's made. Leah and Trisha got it laid. Low-carb dishes on the rise. Healthy meals usually prize.
Hi there, I have another video from Low Carb Mamas, and I'm gonna do some chaffles. I know you guys have heard of chaffles before, but I'm gonna do jalapeno peppers, and I'm gonna do onions with onion powder, garlic powder, and everything with the bagel seasoning. So I'm just gonna chop up my jalapenos. You could do fresh, you could do canned. I have fresh on hand. And then I'm gonna do some onions. Let me show you. There you go. And then I'm gonna do some sliced onions with big slices. There we go. And then I'm gonna crack 2 eggs. And I'm gonna add some cheese. I pre-shred my cheese. These have been heating up, so I'm gonna spray with, I have right now some keto blend virgin olive oil. No, this one's avocado oil. And I usually use olive oil. And then I put a little bit of cheese on the chaffle. That's how we're gonna get it nice and crispy. I like mine crispy. And then you're gonna have 2 eggs in a bowl. I'm doing 2 eggs. And you can do any cheese of your choice. This is some cheddar and sharp. And then what you do is you add your cheese to your egg. I'm gonna add some onion powder and some garlic powder. You add whatever you want. You can add chili powder if you want. You can add whatever you want. And then I cut up some of these jalapeno peppers and put those in there. And then I'm gonna whisk this together, just like that. And now that the cheese is melted, it's time to scoop this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna scoop this about, what, a 1/3 cup maybe? And scoop this on here. If you overfill them, it will spill over. Have a plate underneath. And then we sit and wait. Now, my next one that I wanna do, so I wanna get my cheese ready, and I'm gonna get some onions in here. I'm gonna do 2 eggs, because I have 2 chaffles here. So I'm gonna do 2 eggs, okay? And I'm gonna do onion powder, because this is my yin and yang. I like my onion powder, I like my garlic powder. They always go together, they're great. And then I'm just gonna mixy. Here we go, easy. I've got some leftover jalapenos that I didn't put all the way in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest of those in. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some onions to the next one. So I'm gonna let that sit. And I'm gonna get a paper towel on another plate, because you wanna keep them crispy. So when they come out, you want a paper towel on a plate. We want them crispy. I noticed that mozzarella cheese has the best crisp, and it will burn, so you have to watch it. These usually take about a minute. I love a chaffle. You can use it as a bread replacement. You can use it as a toast replacement. If you don't add any seasonings to it, or any vegetables or onions, you could actually do cinnamon and sugar, and then you could do French toast. You could put jelly on it, keto jelly, low carb jelly, butter. You can do plain, you could do seasonings, and you can do a lunch meat sandwich, grilled cheese, a cheeseburger, anything that you normally would use bread for. Put garlic and cheese on it, and it could be your side dish with your spaghetti squash. You could use chaffles for anything. Biscuits and gravy. You could act like it's a biscuit. Biscuits and gravy. I overstuffed them. I bet you I could have got 3 out of that, but that's okay. It'll spill over, and that's okay. You could add bacon, pepperoni. Another thing I like to use is Italian seasoning, the garlic and the onion. And when I make them, they're crispy, and they're like little miniature pizzas. And then I put them on a pan with like a baking dish pan, and then I put them in the oven and I bake little miniature pizzas with cheese and sauce and pepperoni, sausage, whatever you want. And then I bake them and they're like little mini pizzas. You could do so much stuff with chaffles, so much stuff. So I've got my onions cut like this, like onion rings. So that's gonna be my next batch. Okay, I think it is time now. It's been about 2 minutes, so I'm gonna check this with a fork and try and flip it. Now, I did overstuff this, so it did spill over, but that's okay. It is crispy. So I'm going to take these out. Ooh, very crispy. And I'm gonna start again, so they're still hot. I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna use any cheese. I prefer the mozzarella. And you let that sit till it melts. That's how we get our crisp. This is what we're gonna use. And I did overstuff that, so maybe I'll use less in the same scoop. I'm using a muffin scoop. You could use a 1/3 cup scoop, it doesn't matter. See how it is melting really fast? I love that. Okay, time to scoop. So I'm just gonna play it by ear and put a little bit in here. Because I'm also going to take some onions and put those in there. There we go. Put a little bit in here. Spread it out. Put some onions in here. Squish them in there. There we go. Now, while we're waiting for those to get done, I still have these here. And here's what we're gonna do with that. I have cream cheese. So you have a jalapeno and you have a base, which is your cream cheese. So now it's not gonna be spicy. It's a little spicy, but not really spicy. And then you just smear it on. And I love cream cheese. So you smear on your cream cheese. And I like this everything but the bagel seasoning. And so I'm gonna put that on there. You could put pepperoni on here too. You could put a piece of ham. And then look at that. Mmm, crispy. Mmm, that is so good. Now, our onion rings are still baking. Okay, now let's check on our onion rings to see if they're done. And slide these out. And yes, they're hard. You can even see the onion ring in there. Very crispy, I love it. I'm going to unplug the red one. I'm gonna keep using the blue one because what I'm wanting to do is make another chaffle. And so I'm going to do a cinnamon one. So we're going to put a little bit of mozzarella. Ooh, I forgot to spray that. Ooh, we're gonna spray it anyway. I'll put a little bit of mozzarella in here. Okay, so add some more mozzarella with an egg. I'm gonna stir that up, mixy mixy. I'm gonna add some cinnamon. And I'm gonna add some Swerve brown sugar. You could do regular sugar. It's gonna do a little bit. Just gonna stir that up. I'm gonna use another scoop. I'm gonna scoop some on here. You know, I might be able to do 2. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and re-plug in my red one because it's still good. I'm gonna go ahead and spray. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of cheese down because we want them crispy. So I just need a little handful of cheese. Let that melt. Let's see what I'm doing here. Let that melt. And once it starts to melt, then I will add that. Meanwhile, I'm going to show you the onion. Look at the onion in there. Now you can add cream cheese to this also. You could dip it in ketchup. I'm gonna add some cream cheese. Gonna add some cream cheese to that. Now, strict keto would be measuring their cream cheese out. This is low carb. So keto Karens, if you are measuring, you go for it. If you're on strict keto, that's okay, do it. But low carb, we don't have to measure. We're just doing under 60. There we go. With the onion. Looks really good. Crispy. You hear that? Really good. You could dip this in sugar-free ketchup. Look, a tater tot. An onion ring. This would be like something good with your cheeseburger because we can't have French fries. So this is smoking. You put this on here. Boom. Smells good. Smells like a cinnamon roll. So now we're gonna go ahead and make a frosting. So we have the Swerve confection sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of that in here. A little vanilla. A little cinnamon. And a little bit of heavy whipping cream. Looks like this one is done. This one. This one's done too. Okay, now I'm gonna stir this up. And a little bit more heavy whipping cream. Eyeball it. There we go. And then on the soft side up, I'm just gonna drizzle that. I'm gonna let that sit here. There we go. Now let's try this. That's a cinnamon roll. That's really good. Crispy on the bottom, really sweet on top. You're craving something sweet, this is really good. Thanks for watching Keto Mamas.
In a kitchen where the magic's made, Leah and Trisha got it laid. Low carb dishes on the rise, healthy meals usually prized.